Hello, hello. It is Brachiosaurus here once again with another episode in the Denmark playthrough for EU5. I've taken on the new patch, so we're on version 1.0.7. This is the third patch this week, but I think it fixes a lot of the bugs in the other ones. So we're giving it a shot. I was playing on it earlier and it seemed pretty good. We have taken some more land from Sweden and Norway in the last round, and then our ally Bohemia got into a war with France and has called us into it. This is probably a hopeless endeavor. Bohemia has not been a particularly good ally for us. They've never joined any of our wars, and they've called us into several of theirs. So I'm not sure if they're deserving of our help in this. They're already down 20,000 casualties to only 7 on the French side. But at the same time, I think we might as well join in. Somebody's got to stop France, got to stop the Big Blue Blob, who have consolidated up heavily, absorbing all of the vassals in the north pretty much. So we will be joining to help them in just a minute. I did notice that Scotland is invading Norway as well. Looks like they're trying to take the Orkney Islands, maybe more, we'll see. And one other thing that I noticed is that Lubeck is getting a ton of migration from all over our market area. All of Denmark is migrating to Lubeck, which is not ideal. I'd rather have them migrate to Copenhagen, our capital. So I did notice that Lubeck has 47 migration attraction, and 10 of that is from having a cathedral. That's something that we don't have in Copenhagen. No cathedral on the clergy. And then our market attraction is 42, so once we do build a cathedral, people should favor Copenhagen instead. So we will queue up a cathedral. And we've got universities too. We've got the money to be able to build one. Is a little bit expensive. Masonry and lumber are both kind of up there, but we'll queue up that university too. So we'll get that queued up. Another thing is I was looking for the market proximity costs last episode. You just have to go to the market mode and then zoom in to the point where you can see every location here. And then if you click on one of them, if you hover it, it'll show you all of the market attractions to the different markets. So this one is Kallo location is heavily attracted to Copenhagen, of course, because it's so near. And then if Copenhagen didn't exist, it would get pulled into the Koln market with the next highest attraction. And then you can see, if you hover over it, I think it tells you, yeah, the transportation cost total is 15%. And then you can hover over each of those to see how it's being affected. So cost of 5, entering a port gives some cost, etc. And then from here, going into Copenhagen, traveling from one sea zone to the other. And then there's got to be one going into Copenhagen there. But anyways, was looking for that. You just have to zoom in on the market mode, and then you'll start to be able to find them. If we look at something like this province, which is on the border of our market, you can see that it's pretty close to both Bergen and Copenhagen. So we will be able to flip that in the future by taking it, or otherwise increasing our attraction by a little bit. Okay, let's accept the call to arms. Already at -14. Oh, we do have a parliament as well. What happened with this parliament? I've got to claim the throne against Milan. Well, the parliament wants us to break the alliance with Bohemia. We're not going to be doing that just yet. We're going to make the French break it for us. So we will raise all levies, and we better hide our fleet. They're out there on operations. We'll put them in Copenhagen for safekeeping. on pause, start moving the regulars down. Yeah, they are streaming their ships up towards us. 50 strong. They do have an enormous fleet of almost 200 ships there. They are taking some losses, it looked like. I'm not sure where. Down here? They're ticking down. Oh, the hegemons. And we just hit the Age of Discovery in 1437. So, Age of Discovery is pretty heavily favoring the diplomatic focus because it has Quest for the New World with exploration progress, colonial range, overseas trade range, colonial ventures, all of these bonuses for things that we want to do. More colonial range, diplomats don't matter as much, spy networks don't matter as much, trade range used overseas, we're using a lot of sea, so we wanted to get that. Pretty much everything in here except is useful for us. The least useful are those two espionage ideas. Admin is a lot weaker overall for this age, I think. You get a lot of small bonuses like this conversion speed, 10% conversion and assimilation speed, a little building cost. Mercenaries aren't used by anyone, so that one's a dead mod. Speed of integration, colonial migration, but we get that over here as well. They both get 50% colonial migration. You do get trade capacity, that's pretty nice, so you can make more trades, minting and metals output, and another building cost mod. And then military is decent, because you get morale. Morale can be hard to find, and just having an advantage in morale compared to your enemies is, like, if they don't have it, then you're that much better, so it makes your units that much more effective. A lot of small combat abilities, and then you get a few big naval abilities coming up. Army maintenance isn't a big deal. Galley power, not a big deal, but then 20% heavy power for ships is pretty huge. And 50% Navy initiative is huge. So those don't come anywhere else. And antagonism received, not as big. So for us, it's clearly going to be the diplomatic focus. But I think military focus is also very good. And if you're not going colonial, then military is probably the way to go. We researched anatomy. France gets most of the hegemons. All right. $15,000. I only saw the 26 from the ships, and I was a little confused at first. We'll get our troops together. We should start getting food access so that they don't starve on the way over there. Food access from Munster, and food access from the Netherlands. Do we need to get it from each of Bohemia's vassals? Or can we just get it from Big Bohemia themselves? We don't have a diplomat, so it doesn't really matter. Here we can speed up moving everybody over. Who's in this war against us? Just France, basically. France and France's vassals. So let's put these guys, the levies, on 2 and the regulars on 1, and then we'll try and march them around a little bit independently of one another. And we'll try and see if we can snipe off some of these smaller stacks. We do see... Oh, we walked right into them here. So we'll bring our levies on down. But who are we fighting? We're the attacker, -1 for river crossing. And we're attacking levies. The levies from Eris. Levies from Eris. Regular infantry here. Cavalry regiment here. Those are light cavalry. So a mix. We've got some light cavalry, some levy cavalry, and some levy infantry and some regular infantry. So we'll see how it goes. We're getting solid kills on them. We are taking casualties, and they are difficult for us to replenish because those are our regulars, and they will fill up in friendly territory. Slower when it's not our own territory. I think it's about 1/3 the speed in foreign allied territory. Our levies join the fight, and they're about to lose their right flank here very shortly. Their morale's dropping all across the board. The right flank held on the longest. There you go. Oh, and we got a stack wipe as Valentine walked into us. So about 4,000 casualties done there. Good start. We will bring our armies closer up to the front here. But we do need to wait and recuperate. We're getting 50 back. That's pretty good. Roskilde changes stance. New world appears in Sevilla. Let's see if we can get any trades set up with Seville. I'm going to eliminate some of these old trades of mine that I had set up. And I'm just going to let the AI handle things mostly. What does Seville have in abundance? If we sort by supply, they have a lot of lumber, a lot of wool, some books. They're at a deficit of, I guess we need the balance, don't we? Salt. Do I need salt? I've got salt locally. I've got beeswax locally. I'm wondering which one of these I could import for a profit. Maybe the olives. Because I don't think that, yeah, we don't have any olives. I don't know how much demand there is, but olives we could bring in. And maybe dyes we could bring in. Let's see about that. Go back to Copenhagen. Let's search for dyes. Let's import dyes from Seville. Let's do that. Let's do another one. And then let's import olives, also from Seville. We cannot create a trade with no capacity. Let's find Seville. We don't have enough trade capacity. There, let's put 3 trade capacity on it. There, let's see what that did. We'll check back on it in a little while. We've got a war to fight. I don't want to be too worried about those olives. We do have some prisoners who we took, so those are the regulars. We'll just send them up to Denmark. You can execute them and get some antagonism, or you can ransom them back to reduce your antagonism. I'm not going to be sending them back, that's for sure. We need every little advantage we can get. We do have some big stacks over there. And a small French stack down there. Who's that? That's France's regulars with 12 regular infantry, some cavalry, and 8 artillery. So maybe we should look to take a fight against them. What else do they have? They have 32,000. It's hard to see the number. Gotta zoom all the way in around that icon. Let's advance. Where did they disappear to? They're engaged with another, with the Pope. The Pope is against France. Well, let's go back up the Pope. Yeah, let's send our levies in here. It looks like they're green against Flanders. Should we? Hang on. Let's check the tactical map. The tactical map tells us that there is 0 attacker penalties, so we can walk into them no problem. Although they're sieging a fort, so it would be defensively anyways. But we'll have to go for them. We'll get closed in on them. They're the attacker. We're taking even casualties here, pretty much, which is not great. Levies, levies, levies. Some regular crossbows. We are gonna wear them down with our numbers. Slowly going in our favor, and knocking out this flank of theirs is gonna end it for them, basically. Knocking out the middle. And now routing the last standing flank. 2,000 extra casualties for us. 4,000 versus 2, so a win for us. Pick up some experience, some more score, and we'll send Flanders packing. And with that, I think we'll advance onto Flanders' fort. Our other army has engaged, but France is sending backup. So maybe we should send our levies as backup. Number of artists, I'm not too worried about. Oh, that reminds me, they did add a new food slider, so make sure that you guys all max out your food on the new patch. I didn't do that in the game I was playing earlier, and one of my provinces was starving. A lot of casualties on France, so we are getting some good hits, some good blows. We're getting really good casualties inflicted, but we just don't have the numbers here, and they are bringing another army which looks pretty high quality and has cannons in it. So let's pause, let's reinforce with the levies. They are taking a river crossing against us. River crossing penalty. So I'd like to fill this out. Who's starving? The 4th army. Is that my main army? It is. My regulars are taking attrition from a lack of food down here. France is wearing down our morale. Our levies have joined in and are piling onto the fronts, so they're filling it out to the full 10 width. And France's flanks are collapsing. We're going to have this one. They are maneuvering around with this vassal stack. So 8,000 casualties versus 3,000 on the Danish side. A solid victory. Another 4 war score for us. So let's pull back. I'm not sure what we have to do to win this war. They're at minus 23. The war goal is Gelderland up here. That's right, that's what I remember now. So we'll just fall back. Yeah, let's get back over there and then see what our replenishment rate is. 0. 50 to them. 8 to the cavalry regiment. 36 to them. So we want them to get back up to 3,000. Oh. Flanders walked into us. They're running back down. So let's go retake that province. Flanders is coming back for another one. Pike and shot in Paris. Here they come walking into us with no morale. Not very smart of them. Flanders has sent mostly levies behind our lines. So let's go engage them. Where are they? They're in Utrecht. Oh, that is... I don't want to attack into that. That's a 2-point disadvantage. We'll let them take that. An exceptional year. I always like to take the money. Maybe I'm at low stability, so... maybe I'll take the stab. I'm making enough money. There, let them take that. Flanders is coming up with 7,000. That is a siege. So that is a advantage towards us, if there is any. I can't see anymore who Flanders has. Can we look at their stack? Do they just have, is that 6,000 infantry and 25 artillery? I wish I could see if they're regulars or not. Probably not if they're taking that level of casualties against us. 44 to 1, that was a rough roll. So our regular army here is doing pretty well for us. Doing quite well. A death at court. What a brutal battle for Flanders. 4,000 casualties taken. Only 158 inflicted. Excellent performance by our regulars. Let's get the prisoners. Let's send them over to Skane. Just get them out of the way. Let me see how many regulars I have. I can have up to 3,400. So I'm almost kind of at capacity there. 9 to 6 and 6 artillery. I've got artillery. Let's detach all the artillery. Let's detach the wounded artillery. We'll send them back. Send the healthy ones over there to help with the siege, and then we'll send our other wounded guys back to replenish and remerge the artillery in there. So on the siege we are getting +1, and we got the fort. Got him. Let's send those guys over to The Hague. continue this push into the Netherlands. Well, where are we going? Laws not codified. Education of the elites. Is there anyone that gives... They all give some innovation, it looks like. Humanist is quite good, because it gives us more cultural acceptance. Efficiency of our cabinet would be nice to have. Literacy for burghers, peasants, laborers, and soldiers. Open institutions. Institution growth. That would be quite nice to have, I think. Yeah. I'd like to get Quest for the New World, kind of like ASAP. Occupation of Rotterdam is done. Paris has got a big stack behind us. And they're taking some provinces over there. Where did that stack go? The art school, don't really care. Oh, we've got some more Dutch. Well, this army is a bit, well, it's not. I was gonna say it's a bit stiffer. They're not taking as much damage, but there it goes. There it kicks in. And they've only got one unit on each front, so you know those are just levies who are gonna get melted. France maneuvering around with a mixed army, plenty of regulars in there. So those guys are a little bit scary. Maybe let's all stack up. I wanted to stack up, not to fight. We've been ambushed. France is staying put instead of engaging us. We are getting a lot of casualties, but these are our regulars. They're not replenishing. France is on the move now. What are they doing? They are arriving in Leiden, which is where this battle is. So we might have to abandon this siege of The Hague. Are we not allowed to go to Leiden? Why not? Let's pack everybody up. Get in there. Oh, they're bringing cannons in. Bringing a levy and some cannons. Our morale is quite bad. We've got 9,000 fighting against their 12. I'm not sure I like this. We're taking a lot of losses. Yeah, I don't feel as good about this one. And they do have another army over here. I'm just going to retreat all the way home. We'll cut our losses there, even on casualties, -2 war score. And that's getting everybody out, isn't it? Yeah, all 3 of my armies are on the run. Legitimacy questioned. Though our grip on the throne of Denmark may be slipping, and our legitimacy questioned. Since when? Why are we losing so much legitimacy? Let's invest. Let's get that back up there. Our pride and prestige took a hit when one of our subjects spoke up against us in public. They claim that we have no right in trying to govern them. Trying to govern them too, as we can barely manage our own country. I think we're managing just fine. Dalsland. Yeah, you can have 10 Liberty Desire. Leave me alone. How dare you speak up against the king? How rude. An administrative system. New policies are available. We could go for a decentralized admin. I don't think I will do that. Proximity cost is good though. It's pretty nice. We could afford 10 hit on centralization because we've pushed up to 57, so we need to push more through events. So let's think about that for a future parliament. We could ask for a law change. Okay, second army, the levies, you go over there. Everybody else, the regulars, can merge in. I'm gonna recruit up some extra regulars while we're at it. Let's get 1 infantry and 2 more heavy cavalry. Luxembourg wants food access. Agrarian communities will go for tradition. Capital economy. We are pushing towards traditional economy. That's not great. Annexing Mecklenburg. Job done. They did put a fort up. They were getting captured pretty easily for a long time. I think we should put another one up. I also think we should sell off these 2 provinces to our other vassal over here, Tavarin. Here, let's improve relations. They're maxed out, okay. Unpause while we recruit. France has got a lot of troops on this northern front that I like to fight on. Why have they taken these provinces? I don't remember them having this. I thought Meppel was ours. Our ruler's daughter. Reasonable stats. Who can we look for an alliance from? Aragon, maybe? Or Austria? Austria is, they look smaller than I expected. Have they not? They've not been advancing into Salzburg very effectively, and they've still... Looks like they've kind of lost land to Württemberg over here. Let's just go for the max prestige, I think, with Aragon. We have another daughter as well, Maria. Sure, we'll send her to Austria. Oh, they've got von Wedens in Austria. They still have the Habsburgs on the throne. It's just some other Wedens in there. Okay. Our armies are regrouped. Oh, I've got some more levies that I forgot about. Oops. Balance and consolidate. And then we'll bring everybody down to Kloppenburg. See if we can catch up with these guys in the 12th Army. Let's check. It is a siege. What are they sieging? In Sleet. Are there any bonuses? It looks like there's a 1. So let's just walk up on them kind of slowly. take this province so we have a connection. We'll recover our morale, and then we'll walk in. Unlocked docks. Docks are good. -1 from terrain for France. They're outnumbered. They are trading pretty effectively. What do they have? Levies, crossbows. Crossbows getting targeted and losing people. A lot of levies. So this flank is pretty weak. Got a lot of levies and crossbow, and yeah, they are collapsing quickly. Our knights doing a lot of good work. There, that flank's down. This battle is gonna go for us. Ooh, I am losing a lot of money here. We got infantry power for one of our generals. Where are they running to? We'll arrive in Wolvega. Chase them. Nope, don't run over the lines. They've got a huge army right there. A huge and scary army. I mean, most of it is levies. 20 of them are levies, and they're taking 5% attrition. Let's back up a little bit. They are winning that siege. Is there a defender bonus? Ooh, there is. I kind of want to jump on them, take advantage of that bonus. Let's give them one more month. Are they gonna get it? They did not get it. Okay. Levies, balance, and consolidate. Regulars, balance, and consolidate. And everybody move in there. We arrive on July 6th. I don't want my regulars to outrun, so we're just gonna wait a couple hours. There we go. I don't know, there has to be a better way of doing this. There we go, -2 for them. They took the river crossing as well, even though I think we're crossing into them. Favorable trades for us, even when the dice are even though. Are we getting these little allies piling in? Looks like it, yeah. A lot of them are sending their guys in. We are gonna lose our flank, it almost looks like. We need more reinforcements to come up. All of France is committed, whereas we have a huge reserve here, so I think we're gonna get this one. We just have to wear them down. At the same time, our flank over here is not looking healthy. Theirs is going to collapse though, and they have nobody to back it up. A long, bloody battle here. in Deutenkem. Dotenkem. Just a horrible battle of attrition against the French. Our morale is really suffering. Oh, don't run away, guys. There you go. Our center collapses. Their left collapses too, though. We are going to lose this one. Ouch. Let's get out of there. France wins while taking 6,000 extra casualties. A curious result. We get a lot of experience for it, and we get a lot of army tradition. They get even more experience, but less tradition. Not sure I understand the math on that one, but or how it worked out that way for us. But them's the breaks. What's going on the rest of the front? Not much activity on the front. That is a fort in the war goal, so we're going to have to be careful about that. War score minus 50 from 300 battles. That's why we're losing. And then France is losing enthusiasm. They're only down to 55. And the casualties are becoming much more even. We actually have an advantage in absolute troop numbers now. Well, we'll split our regulars off and let them heal up again. Not much else we can do. Bohemia sieging Ghent. Taking the offensive. France, meanwhile, putting a big attack on Luxembourg here. The Emperor has switched back over to Bohemia officially. It was briefly Luxembourg. Same ruler, personal union and all that. And we are losing money. We need to have a look at this one. We're paying too much for legitimacy. I don't think we need the fort maintenance. That's a little risky, but we'll reduce our Diplo too. We can reduce our stab a little bit. Increase in commons. Across our country, an increase in the formation of commons, shared land between the commoners, has been noted. The burghers complain that this model is outdated, one less productive than their conversion into enclosures. The commoners vehemently oppose the idea. We can uphold the commons and move towards traditional economy and gain a bountiful harvest, or we can favor the burghers' enclosures and move towards capital economy. We're very highly towards traditional economy. Why are we so far? Oh, we didn't change our employment system. Well, let's do that right now. If we go into production and we go here, first come, first serve gives us traditional. And then I usually go for infrastructure first, which gives us capital economy and communalism. Does cost some stability to switch, but that's just the price of doing business. Let's see about bringing the troops back down towards the front. Our regulars are almost filled up. A lot of French activity in Luxembourg. I wonder if we can get down there and arrive in time. Oh, no, never mind. France's armies are all in the area too. We will be horribly outnumbered if we go to anywhere near there. Let's leave the main army there and take our levies up here. Split them in two, I said. Oh, they're already committed to moving. Let's siege all of this down, basically. Oh, France coming up. France is coming to engage us. I was asleep at the wheel for a moment there, and we're going to get absolutely clobbered. I don't want to be here. We'll just run away immediately. Merge our levies back up. Okay, well, France is back on the advance with some huge armies in the area here and making their push for the Wargol province. I think we'll wrap up the first episode here. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this war, how we're doing so far. Kind of an unfortunate engagement there. Our sides are pretty even on troops, and we are taking more casualties, but France had a huge casualty advantage at the outset. Hopefully these guys split up, and then we can maybe take some more battles, take some more casualties off of them next time, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll see you in the next episode.